They say it's a big rich town. I just come from the poorest part. Legal or illegal, baby, I gotta make it. What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review season 4, episode 9 of Power Book 2 Ghosts. And the episode is titled Married to the Game. This is episode 9. We got one more episode after this, and this episode was crazy. But of course, before I get into this episode, I have to give a shout out to my lovely subscribers. Y'all know who you are. You're holding me down in the comment section. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Leave comments. Tell me your thoughts. And let's keep this channel doing what? Going and growing, y'all. Y'all like them guns? Going and growing. That is what's up. That is really cool. So anyway, shout outs to my folks, Kryptonian Black, the RC Kroger, who's been down with me. They've been down with me a long time. Shout outs to them. Tayon's World, DeMarcus Vaughn, Old Boogie Baby, Barbie J, Teef, Penny, all of y'all. Simply Be Yourself 100. And all the rest of you. Y'all know who you are. You know who you are. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for leaving your comments and supporting. Our brother does appreciate. So again, hit that like button. You just got to do like that. And hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Keep the channel going and growing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be doing some more reviews too. Just keep it going. And watch my shorts and everything. I got a lot of stuff going on. So anyway, let's get down to this episode. Noma and Kane are getting married. And it looks like we getting to see Noma's brother and her family. He's not approving of this. He's a little uppity, and he's like, "Look, where's the family at? I see these Americans don't have no tact, huh?" He's throwing little slurs or whatever, and he's not feeling Kane, and he makes a few remarks about that. But I'm telling you, the moment Monet walked in there, that was comedy gold. Monet had the one-liners, the zingers, the attitude, because she's not feeling her son marrying Noma. She's like, that's a bad idea. This lady gonna hurt you, whatever. But my favorite scene with that was at that dinner table. And I think this was the, what do you call it, rehearsal dinner for the wedding. And everybody's looking nice, but everybody's throwing little shots and shade at each other. Did y'all notice that? And if the brothers making little digs at, Noma's brothers making little digs at her, like, oh, she don't run this by herself. Kane asking her, well, what business do you do? What is this exactly? And then Noma's daughter taking shots because Diana and them all there, and they're mentioning that she said, oh, they run a venue, and she's like, oh, they run a little dive bar in Queens. And, Diana was like, my mother started that bar from the ground up. Like, it was real little shots taken at each other. And Drew mentioning like, oh, this place that Kane has, it ain't his place alone. This was my place too. My mother owns this, and his mother, and Monet says something like, yeah, and we all know Mecca, and she's like, I knew Mecca, she knew Mecca, now she marrying my son. Like the pot shots of it all was funny. So now it's like, oh, too much going on. Let's just get from this table. And so now Kane and Monet have a conversation. And in that conversation, she's like, son, this is not, you sure you want to marry her? But she does compliment him. And to his surprise, he's like, I've never heard you say that. Can you say that again? And she again tell him, you sure this is what you want to do? But she's, look, I said I was coming to this effing wedding. I'm going to come to your little raggedy wedding. And it was funny when she's like, you still marrying this uppity bitch? I thought all that was funny. I loved Monet's lines in this episode. And she did show that she has a heart, and she complimented her son, and he appreciated that. Meanwhile, another thing that made me laugh, with all this mayhem and chaos that's going on, Tariq and them are still in school and still going to class. And I'm like, college can be stressful in itself. Y'all doing all this crime and all this life on the line and killing and all this stuff, and you're able to still go to class. But as I was saying that and laughing about that, we see that it did affect Diana, because Diana stormed out of the exam. She don't care, because she's like, it's too much going on. It's too much going on. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. We also get to see, we go to, it looks like this is Kane's bachelor party, and his cousin is there, and Drew is there, and Diana's there. And that's when she has the conversation with Drew about how she's feeling and all of this. And we've seen earlier in the episode, Monet had a conversation with Noma, and she said, I don't want to be in the business anymore. I just want money. And she was like, sure, I'm going over to Staten Island. I got some stash over there. And I'm like, And if y'all remember, Crooked Carter told Tariq he had a job for him. Where? In Staten Island. And you see people's lips, they're loose. So when Drew was meeting up with the crew had mentioned, oh yeah, some other dude that's working for Carter, Terrence, or whatever his name is. And that triggered Drew, and Drew like, what? And he said his name is Tariq. We just was wondering why you ain't going. So now Drew is getting jealous because he's thinking, is he trying to replace me with Tariq? Is Carter trying to replace me with Tariq? But no, what's really happening is Carter and Noma are setting Monet and Tariq up to be offed. But now, here's the thing. At the bachelor party, the conversation is being had. Effie comes in there. I believe she's the one that also mentioned Staten Island. And they're like, hold on. Mom says they said she was going to Staten Island. And then Drew said, wait a minute. And we heard that Tariq is going to Staten Island. Hold up. That's when they figure out, hold up. Carter and Noma are setting up Tariq and Monet. We got to get over to Staten Island. And so that's what happened. So now here's the thing that I also noticed in this episode. The lovely bride and groom to be, the night before their wedding, are getting busy with other people. Kane is getting busy with Effie, and Noma's getting busy with Davis. I said, you gotta love this show with the twists and turns. The night before their wedding. But the wedding is just business. Anyway, it's not personal, it's just business. So anyway, we get to Staten Island. And Tariq and Monet realize, oh, what you doing here? What you doing here? Oh, we've been set up. As they say that, here come the Russians. They drop their weapons. The Russians doing all this talking. This is what TV villains do, too much talking. Aha, and now blah, 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 blah. You could have just shot him and got it over. But no, you want to talk and say all this stuff, which gave time for Drew and Diana to come near, guns a-blazing, and shoot up the Russians. And now they kill the Russians. But Monet's like, listen, we got to stay dead. So how we doing this? How we going to stay dead? We're going to pretend that the Russians killed us. They put the Russians in the car. They burned up the car. They sent the text. It's done. But Noma, she wants more proof than that. So when she confronted Carter and his boy, she was like, I'm disappointed. Carter's like, I don't work for you. And he's like, far as I know, their bodies, we got to wait for forensics to come back because the car was burned down. We got to wait. It was 2 bodies. We're assuming it's Tariq and Monet, but it's not. So now they have to come up with this plan. So it's Tariq, Monet, Drew, and I believe Davis. And they're like, what are we going to do here? And, I like that scene with Davis and Tariq. With Tariq is like, I'm Tariq St. Patrick's. I killed my own daddy. That ain't no flex, sir. I killed my own daddy. And this, that, and the third. How we going to get out of this pickle? And then they come up with this plan. I did like that scene, though. But when they're all meeting together, they come up with a plan. So what are we going to do? He's like, so these two, they're going to go to the wedding. We're going to distract Noma. We got to try to get Carter separate. We're going to take everybody out separately. Tariq, you will handle Carter. And she said, well, we need Braden in there. And he was like, I was trying to leave him out. He was trying to leave Braden out of it because Braden's a cokehead now. And Braden got this whole issue with this girlfriend of his who don't want no parts of him no more after he killed her drug dealer. So of course, he's going to get Braden involved. And you got to get Effie involved, too, because Effie can turn the cameras off at the church. Because they said, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get Carter down to the church because he likes to go in there and do his confessions. And when he's down there doing his confessions, that's when we take care of him. We'll turn the cameras off and everything. That's what we'll do with that. So Effie agreed to that. So they got Effie, Braden, and Tariq on Carter. And Monet's like, I'll handle Noma. All right, so we get to the church scene, and I'm laughing because I love how they use the, what you call those things? Not stun gun. Is that a stun gun? The taser, and tase the man, the guards, tase the pastor, the priest, and Effie's taking over the cameras. Effie is very talented, and could use this time. You know, she could use her gifts on so many things instead of this life of crime, but she's disabled the cameras. Braden's such a cokehead, he doing drugs on the job. You know, so now Carter goes into the confessional booth, and then Tariq pulls a gun out on him and pulls him out of there. And again, all this talking, and he allows Carter to get in his head. Pull the gun, pow, just shoot him, get it over with. But no, you know how TV is. They got to do all this talking. Carter's like, oh, you're the one that killed Zion. I got it on tape, blah, blah, blah. At this point, so what? Bang, kill him, and that's that. Because if he's trying to blackmail you with that, Tariq could have easily said, if he did arrest him for that, listen, he's the one who told me to kill Zion. He could have just spent it like that. He could have did a spin like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Carter gets the best of him, gets the gun out of his hand. Now he arrests him. So they're like, oh, shoot. So Monet's like, yo, what's going on? I'm sorry, Monet was there too. She wasn't at Noma just yet. I correct myself. She was also outside of the church in the other car. So she's like, what's going on? And so as Carter has arrested Tariq, he calls Noma's like, Noma, Tariq and Monet are alive. So now she knows what's going on. So now she's got to come in with a plan. I got to kill the rest of these Tejadas. We ain't having this. So now Monet's like, I got to get to my kids because this chick, like, more than likely, she knows now. So now, meanwhile, we got Braden and Effie following Carter in the car. And I'm like, what they going to do? And Carter's in the car. Braden's all coked up. He decides to, do a Dukes of Hazzard move and rear ends, bumps into the car with his car, sideswipes the car, and causes Carter's car to crash. They get Tariq out, and now they have Carter. And when Carter awakens, he's tied up. And, that was that. Now we get down to this wedding, beautiful wedding. We see Davis distract one of Noma's men and gets into a tussle with him and ends up killing him. The gun gets overpowered. He gets overpowered by the guy, but he managed to wrestle him, choke him out and kill him. Now he's back at the wedding. The wedding looks beautiful. The wedding looks nice. But at the reception, they do that little traditional thing where you throw the money up, and when they threw that, the guards surrounded Kane, and she was like, you got to make a choice, you or your mother. And, her brother they made sure they got rid of the cousin. They got him out. They got Diana out. I guess they're going to off them. And so she's asking him these questions. And Kane don't know what's going on. And then while that's happening, we see Drew and them about to be put in this car with Noma's people. Man, listen. Monet came in there, guns a-blazing. She wasn't playing. She came, got her kids out of that. She said, listen, y'all go home, I'm going to handle this. Listen, we are Tejadas. There's no way we letting you go back in that place by yourself. Meanwhile, there's a whole wedding reception going on with all these glamorous people. You hearing gunshots, and I'm like, don't nobody hear these gunshots? And as soon as I said that, then you hear the wedding party, like, oh my goodness, Mary, I keep saying Mary. Monet was not playing. Monet was taking them out. Pop, 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 pop. She went to that one guy, where my son at? So now, the groom, Kane, is tied up. Noma has him, and Noma's like, you have to pick a side. Your mother was doing some dirty stuff. You have to pick a side. It's me or your mother. And he's like, bitch, please, it's always going to be my mother. He goes into a story about what his mother did for him and his love for his mother, blah, 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 yakety yak, don't talk back. And Monet is hearing this through the door. So she said, oh, good. Since you're saying all that, you have to die. But here's the thing I don't get. Wouldn't killing him mess up her deal that she needs? Wouldn't that mess up her deal? But she's like, you have to die. Monet busts through that door. I mean, that scene was intense. They're in a shootout. But, there's a lot of men in there, a lot of people. She's kind of outmanned, so she's hiding up against the pillar. And Noma said, oh, now I'm going to kill your son. And so Monet had to make a decision. She's like, nah, we're not having that. So she went out like Chloe and set it off. She came around that pillar, busting shots, pap, 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 pap. back till they got the best of her. And then Drew and Diana came in there shooting too, but it was a little too late. Monet got put down, and Monet's last words was, "My babies." And Kane, he done fell over in the chair, and he's like, "Wait, wait, wait." But rest in peace to Monet. I'm in denial because I want Monet to not be dead, but Monet's dead. I'm upset with that because I think I like Monet's character, but rest in peace to her. But it's on now because now we got to avenge her death. What's going to happen in this finale, which is next week? We got to get Carter and Noma. And you see, Noma's not thinking. You have a daughter who's connected to Tariq. I think Tariq going to get her daughter. That wasn't a smart move. But, you know, this is the Power Universe. I thought this episode was pretty entertaining, pretty good. Rest in peace to Monet. Yeah, man, they got Monet. And that's that. And I'm telling you, when she was doing that, all I could think was, I know I'm missing you. I'm missing you. Like, remember in Set It Off, that was the music when Cleo went down. I was like, damn. But that's it. So that's all I have for now. Tell me your thoughts. What did you think about this episode? What did you think about this final season? I know there's some people that said they think it's too much going on. They didn't care for it. But I enjoyed this episode. I really did. I enjoyed this episode. So now we got one episode left, y'all. The one coming. One episode left. So we got to see what's going to pop off with that. That's all I have for now. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.